Oh, what's up, everyone? It's Otaku Tavern, back at you with another video. And tonight we're going to talk about quite an interesting topic. So, yeah, anyway, sit back, grab a bucket of popcorn if you like. Freaking words everywhere, bro. These dang allergies. Anyway, so, yeah, anyway, like and subscribe if you like this type of content that I make, the games, all that good stuff, right? Share it, all that fun stuff, or whatever, or don't. It's whatever, I guess. Hey, how's it going? Anyway, so I'm going to kind of be all over the place in this video. So just kind of bear with me. Like, it all leads to the same thing, but like, I'm going to be talking about, you know, whatever I talk about will be, you know, based on the topic at hand, right? So, so the thing is, we're going to get into this, okay? But first, thank you all so much for supporting the channel. I definitely want to get that out there because it means a lot to me. For the people who watch the videos, whether they're live or not, and all the other videos I post. I greatly appreciate that. Maybe one day I can maybe get like some more viewers and subscribers if I'm lucky, I guess, or you know, if God blesses me or something. But yeah, anyway, so I kind of want to talk about a few topics, but like I said, they all lead back to the same thing. And hang on, let me share this within my Discord server. I totally forgot. Everyone. Okay. Yeah, so I kind of want to talk about humiliation rituals, and I think this is an interesting topic, especially with like stuff that I talk about, right? You know, I think a lot of this stuff kind of, it goes hand in hand, you know, and for someone who has dealt with, how's it going? With someone who has dealt with this specific topic at hand, you know, I tend to know a lot about it, as other people who tend to deal with this do, right? And you know, this is a brutal topic to talk about. It's really brutal, and you know, I kind of wish that we didn't have to talk about it, right? Like I really do. And oh, that's good. I really do. And but the thing is if we don't talk about it, you know, I mean, just talking about it ain't really going to do anything, but I mean, at least it brings awareness, I guess. But, so now I am going to kind of touch base on. This is also obviously going to be mostly for men. This video, women can watch this video too. You know, if you're ready to learn about things about this, you know, if you don't know about it, and some of these humiliation rituals I'm going to talk about actually apply to women, believe it or not. So, yeah. Anyway, I'm trying to think of who the heck I want to be, man. So yeah, anyway, first and foremost, I hope everybody had a good Valentine's Day if you have somebody, right? If you celebrate that holiday or whatever, right? It's whatever, you know. Yeah, anyway, mine was alright. I don't really celebrate it. I'm married anyway, I mean, but I don't really celebrate it, but it was pretty good. I had got my wife a gift days ago before it anyway, so yeah. So anyway, I want to talk about how Valentine's Day is a humiliation ritual for a lot of men, and you know, but first and foremost, I want to ask you, when you really get down to think about it, who does Valentine's Day benefit, right? Like, who does it benefit? Well, it definitely doesn't benefit the man much. It's mostly the woman, you know, wanting all these expensive gifts, getting all these expensive gifts, wanting these gifts, which is, I'm not saying you shouldn't get your woman a gift. That's not what I'm saying, by the way. You know, if you have one, I think you should get something. I mean, if she's picky or just really demanding, or she just simply doesn't deserve a gift, then don't do it. But yeah. So, I mean, if you got a good woman anyway, they ain't gonna be like that anyway. So, but so the thing with Valentine's Day is, you know, I'm going to tell this story, and I didn't tell this in my video that I talked about, one of my stories with my exes. So I talked about this story when I was with my ex named Georgia Lee, right? And I didn't really say this in it because I planned on doing like an entirely separate video for like humiliation rituals. So I figured I would just include it within this video. But anyway, so the reason I do not do Valentine's Day anymore, believe it or not, is because of actually her. And it's like, you know, oh, well, you might say, oh, well, forgive and forget, you know, all this kind of stuff. Well, here's the thing. You can forgive easily, probably. The thing is, you can't forget that. I don't care who you are, you know. The only person who can forget stuff like that is God. Like, nobody else can forget, bro. Like, I mean, but like, the thing is like, you know, I bought this girl, like, I went to the prom with her, and I'm going to talk about this story as well within this video because it's a total humiliation ritual. And I bought this girl a box of chocolates. I got her like a rose and stuff. I bought her this plush, and then a Valentine's card, right? Anyway, so Valentine's rolled around, right? And, you know, I went to her house, you know, we hung out, and me, her, and her sister hung out, and, you know, we just sitting there just kind of talking, hanging out, you know, we went walking, you know, we went, you know, just kind of doing just whatever, right? walked on the railroad tracks, like, well, not on the railroad tracks, but like in the woods, close to the railroad tracks, because you can't necessarily walk on the railroad tracks where I'm at because that's illegal. So, anyway, this happened when I was 17, and I talked a lot about her in that video, and you know, the thing is though, is, you know, I was too trusting, because when I gave her, like, you know, these gifts, right, the day went smooth. Actually, it was really smooth. I mean, it was, you know, your pretty typical Valentine's Day, I reckon, you know, and I guess, like, so, but anyway, you know, February 15th rolls around, and, she decides to break it off to, date this other guy that, she ended up leaving again and then got back with me, and that just a whole bunch of stuff, right? But anyway, my point being, right, is you can give a woman, if it's not a good woman, if it's not the right woman, bro, like, if you know, give a woman these gifts and stuff, they can break up with you as soon as after they get them. And it's a total humiliation ritual, because, you know, they could have broke up with you the day before, or whatever, and it's like, you know, some of them probably just didn't want to be single on that, and then they didn't want to, like, start any kind of drama on that day, or, you know, or they just, more than likely, they just kind of wanted the gift that you had for them, and yeah, you know, so, like, it's a total humiliation ritual, because, you know, you buy these women, like this woman, this gift, or, you know, even this can happen even for women too. What I'm talking about right now, this could happen too. You know, say you buy, like, a man, you know, as a woman, you buy him a gift or whatever, and then come to find out, you know, he's you know, doing Stacy down the road, or you know, he's flirting with girls at his job, or, like, you know, on the phone or something, like, and it's like, you know, that's a total humiliation ritual for a woman. Like, I mean, I don't know how much how many times I need to say that, bro, like, but it's honestly true. And the thing is like, you know, it doesn't get any better, bro, like, because, you know, there's so many things that fall into this category of, like, humiliation rituals. But, you know, as far as, like, the whole thing with Valentine's Day, right, like, you know, you're buying these gifts, like I said, and it's like, you know, you don't even know if you're going to be single by the next day, if not the same day, bro. Like, or, you know, if you're a woman, same applies. You don't even know if you're going to, like, be single the next day or the same day, or find out, you know, you were cheated on. And same thing with a man, you know, she could be cheating on you, and then, you know, she could have been with somebody earlier that day on Valentine's Day, or, you know, like, I mean, it happens, bro, like, all the time, man, you know, and you know, a lot of times, you know, that, you know, you got, like, people trying to mog you on Valentine's Day too. Like, if you don't have somebody, like, even if you do have somebody, like, even people will try to mog you, bro. Like, I don't know, it's really weird. Like, but, like, yeah, anyway, the whole thing with Valentine's Day, bro, is like, it's brutal, man. Like, you know, it can be brutal for a man or a woman. Like, I was, what kind of inspired this video, actually, is, I'm going to talk a little bit about this, here soon. Now, I don't know. Probably you do. I mean, especially if you live like in America, or you grew up in like the '90s or the 2000s, even some 2010s. Like, you know, you probably know who Britney Spears is, right? Like, anyway, I was listening to some old nostalgic Britney Spears songs that I like, and from back in the 2000s. Off the Circus album, and I was watching the music video again because I hadn't seen it in a long time, right? It was like there was so much stuff that I noticed, bro, like in this one video, and it was just so bad, bro. Like, I mean, I'm not saying Britney Spears is bad, but like I'm saying that, like, for like you know, she obviously had something bad happen to her. She got humiliation ritualed. And you know, it happens even sometimes to people who are, you know, famous even, bro. Like, it's not just, you know, what you call, you know, loners or any of that kind of stuff, right? Like, it can happen to the best of us even. Like, but like, I'll talk about that momentarily, but I just kind of wanted to get that out there. That she's kind of the reason I like that video is kind of the reason I actually kind of decided to talk about this today, because, like, I don't know, bro. Like, it kind of just resonated with me, I guess. But like, anyway, but yeah, as far as like going back to the Valentine's Day stuff, man, like. It's brutal to have to deal with this because, you know, we should not have to deal with this. Like, you know, and then there's people who are like trying to get a date on Valentine's Day, and then they end up being humiliation ritualed, like, a lot on Valentine's Day, bro. Like, regardless if you're a man or a woman, man, like this, as far as this humiliation ritual, it knows no bounds, bro. Like, it doesn't. Like, and I really wish that this wasn't a thing, bro. Like, I honestly really do, because men and women should not have to deal with this. Like, we really honestly shouldn't. And, you know, it also reminds me that this one story as well. Like, this one girl I was with, I ended up getting her a Valentine's card and then some chocolate. This is a different girl, by the way. And, like, I don't even remember the name of this chick, by the way. Because, like, I wasn't even with her that long, bro. Like, that's how much I forgot. Like, but I do remember this. Like, She had came to see me the day before Valentine's Day, and then the 2 days before Valentine's Day, my bad, 2 days. And then, you know, we talked and stuff, and then it was just really awkward. Like, it was really awkward, like, and I was like, yeah, I don't really think this is gonna work, you know. And then I mean, I didn't really tell her that yet because I was going to. And then she messaged me, right? And then she was like, yeah, I think I'm going to go with this other guy. And it's like, oh, okay, well, you just did me a favor. And it was like, I'll just take your gifts back or something. And then she's like, oh, well, no, don't do that. I would like to have them, you know, if you bought them for me. It's like, yeah, I bet you would, right? Like, I bet you would, because, you know, that's what it's about, right? You know, you get humiliation ritualed, you know, and I didn't even really mind this one because, like, I just really wasn't into her that much either. But still, though, like, the fact that she, like, just broke up with me and then, like, asked that she could have the gifts, bro, like, that is a humiliation ritual, bro. Like, don't let a woman do this to you. And if you're a woman, don't let a man do this to you, because it's just sad and pathetic, right? Like, I would not recommend dealing with these kinds of people. But Anyway, yeah, it was a total humiliation ritual, right? And, you know, oh, this spammer, bro, really? Okay, well, two can play at that game. Anyway, like, yeah, it's a total humiliation ritual, but, like, another thing, too, is, like, you know, there was this friend that, I was with, and, you know, come to find out about it, like, you know, I laughed about this at the time, but, like, you know, now that I've grown up, like, you know, now that I'm older, a little bit older, I don't see it being funny. Like, it kind of disgusts me. But anyway, this girl that I used to be with, now I've talked about her on the channel too. Her name was Taylor. And crazy thing, I mentioned this because I actually had like a PTSD dream the other day about her, right? And it was like a nightmare, bro. But like anyway, like, you know, it just kind of brought back like a lot of trauma. And but like anyway, so this other guy, I talked about this in the video about her, about how I was friends with this guy, and this guy was cheating on her, and I thought she was good looking, so I was like, yeah, I'm gonna just go ahead and take her from you, bro. Like, that's kind of how my mindset was, because I don't know, I was just confident I could get her, right? So, and then I talked about how I went to her house and told her about how the guy was cheating on her myself, and then she invited me in, and then she broke up with him, and then we started talking, getting to know each other and stuff, and then we ended up dating like that day, actually, because we knew each other, you know, like we hung out and stuff, and it wasn't like, you know, I didn't know this girl, right? So I mean, I didn't know everything about her, but I knew enough, I guess, to date her, right? But anyway, so I started dating this girl, like I said, right? And then, you know, I told that whole story. But the thing is, though, bro, is like, you know, before that, you know, when we was all hanging out, this other guy, this Taylor's friend, she was with her boyfriend. It was Taylor's friend and her boyfriend, right? Like, and this guy, the one I told you that was cheating, was actually the guy that got humiliation ritual, because at the time I laughed about it, right? But like now thinking back on it, you know, as I got a little bit older, it's like, you know, man, that's brutal, dog. Like, that's brutal, man. Like, but anyway, so these people got the idea that they wanted to shoot a bottle rocket out of this guy's ass, right? And I think they thought that he probably wouldn't have done it. I thought they probably think that, you know, I think it was kind of said as a joke in a way, like, you know, just kind of humiliating. But then it was like, you know, they were actually serious, come to find out. And then, like, you know, this guy was, like, all down for it, right? And I was thinking to myself, like, why would you do this in the first place? Like, but anyway, like, yeah, he was, like, I literally saw this with my own eyes, bro. Like, this guy, he laid down on his stomach, and then Taylor's friend was the one that put the bottle rocket in this guy's butt and lit the fuse, bro. Like, I'm not even joking. And like, this guy was like, he just kept saying ow, 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 because the sparks was hitting his ass, right? And you know, like, the thing is it, you know, he actually shot it, like, it actually shot out, like, I know it's probably TMI, but like the reason I'm telling the story is because he was humiliation ritual, bro. Like they were laughing at him. They were making fun of him and stuff. Like, I mean, it was bad, bro. Like, this guy got completely humiliated. Yeah, like, you know, at the time, like I said, I laughed about it. I was young, you know, real young. I was like 18 years old. But now that I'm a little older, it's like, you know, I think about that. I thought about that. It's like, damn, man, that's brutal, bro. Like, dang, man, that's bad. But like, you know, even though the guy was willing, it's like, you know, he was humiliation ritual. Like, he was pressured to be humiliated. Like, and just like degraded in such a way, like, for no reason. Just like it was weird. Like, I should almost switch here. But it was like, yeah, it was crazy because I was like, man, like, you know, I sure a heck is glad that wasn't me, because that would have been bad. Like, but anyway, I don't know where the guy is now, but like it was strange, bro. Like, it was really strange. But anyway, to say the least. But like, you know, like I mentioned before, you know, he got humiliated. He got humiliation ritual, bro. Like, I mean, and now thinking back on it, it's like, bro, I feel sorry for that guy. That was brutal, man. I hate that had to happen to him. But like, I mean, you know, he, I don't know, it was weird, but, like, it was just a total humiliation ritual, bro. Like, I just thinking about that kind of just makes me speechless in a way, bro. Like, but anyway, yeah, he got humiliation ritualed, and you know, like, I mean, he was actually embarrassed, actually, like, after it happened. Like, he actually was embarrassed. Like, I could tell, bro. Like, he, you know, and it's like, you know, that's another thing. Like, someone is always trying to embarrass you, whether this be in public, you know, your friend group, your family, possibly even your spouse, you know, or your girlfriend or boyfriend, right? Like, you know, humiliation rituals know no bounds, bro. Like I mentioned earlier, it knows no bounds. And you know, like another thing too that's like a humiliation ritual that I talked about. I mean, I talked about weddings a little bit the other day, but like, I'm not gonna really talk too much about that. But like, I'm gonna kind of get on to the point of, you know, why I'm kind of making this video, right? Like, you know, not only to wake people up, but like I said, the video that I watched that was in question is it's a song by Britney Spears on the Circus album. It's a song called "Hold It Against Me." And, you know, if you really watch the video and you know about like all the stuff that's happened to Britney Spears, right? This video is very, like, it rings true, bro. Like, it rings true for a lot of us in a lot of ways. And then some of us it doesn't in certain areas, but it does in others. But, like, anyway, so, like, there's a scene in this, this video to where, like, she is, in a white dress, right? Like, and, you know, like, when she's in this white dress, she's got, like, screens all around her that's playing, like, her old music, like, before this point. This was, like, back in 2008. No, hold on. It's 2011. My bad. Uh, but the Hold It Against Me is on Femme Fatal, and but this I ran into it because I was listening to stuff from the Circus album. But anyway, I remember Femme Fatal, and you know I liked some of the songs on that album, right? Like I thought some of them were actually pretty good. And anyway, like you know, to continue the story, she was looking at like all these screens with her like past music videos playing, like her album covers or whatever, and you know, it cuts to a scene to where she's like on a computer on Plenty of Fish, and then matches up with this guy, right? And you know, this stuff here, bro, like if you haven't watched the video, go watch it. Like if you know about like what all the stuff that's happened to Britney Spears, like go watch the video and it'll totally ring true to you, bro. Like I'm not even joking, but the video is Hold It Against Me if you joined late. So anyway, like you know, the reason why it shows this is because it shows, you know, she's basically saying, you know, hey, I'm a slave to the music industry. You know, that's kind of what she's exposing. And when you watch the video and, you know, you've seen like all her meltdowns and just a lot of other stuff, this video is actually quite freaking depressing. Because, you know, no human should have to go through that. Like, no human should have to go through that, bro. But, like, I mean, you know, like, there was, like, this whole thing with, like, Britney Spears. Like, you know, there was, like, this hashtag Free Britney thing movement going on. I don't know if it's still going on, but if it is, you know, I totally get it, you know, because, like I said, she went through a lot of bad stuff, and anyways, like, you know, being in the music industry, my point is being in the music industry, you know, within America especially, is a humiliation ritual. And this is not exclusive to gender. Like, you know, it's everyone, bro. Like, everyone in the music industry over here is getting humiliated. Like, that's kind of like the dark thing about it, bro, is, you know, you see like all these people end up having certain meltdowns, and you know, it's like, well, why are they having them? And then, you know, you find out, you know, a lot of times it's because of the music industry. And, like, because, like, there's people within that industry that, you know, their intentions are evil. Like, they, you know, they don't really care about the individual that they are doing this stuff for. Like, they're trying to make money at the end of the day. At the expense of someone else's reputation, their mental health, their maybe even their physical health. Like, you know, like, you know, it's a total humiliation ritual because, like I said, no human being should have to go through that. And, you know, it's just, it's very unfortunate, right? But, like, that's kind of my reasoning for making this video, is because it kind of just sparked the idea. Because, you know, I was going to talk about this at some point, the humiliation ritual stuff, but, like, I saw this and I was like, you know, dang, you know, she got humiliation ritual by these handlers, by people who were supposed to protect her, right? And it's like, you know, it's freaking brutal, man. Like, it's totally brutal, and I just wouldn't wish this on anybody. But, like, you know, to top it all off, you know, we've talked about, like, a lot of these other topics, narcissism, gaslighting, breadcrumbing, all this stuff is humiliation rituals, bro. Like like all of it, you know. And a lot of modern dating is humiliation rituals. Like I've talked about modern dating, so I'm not really gonna kind of go really in depth with it, as I've done that. But like, yeah, bro. Like, I mean, even, you know, like, say if you go to a wedding, right? And like, as a single person, like, say you're a single man or a single woman, right? Now, this happens more for men at this point, but like, in this situation, but it does happen to women. So, you know, you're up there, and it's like, you know, all these people. You say you're single, right? And all these people, they're mogging you, bro. Like, they're mad dogging you, because this stuff is going on at weddings and stuff all the time. Like, people even do this crap at funerals, bro. Like, at all places, people are doing this crap at funerals too, like humiliation rituals. Like, but back to the wedding thing. But like, yeah, you know, you're being, a lot of people that are single that go to weddings, they end up being humiliation rituals, because, you know, they're having to see, you know, somebody, like, say it's somebody that just can't seem to find somebody, they're having to kind of, you know, sit here and watch this person, you know, be happy, and they found, you know, their soulmate, right? Like, you know, they watch this, they're watching the ceremony take place, and then, you know, it's a total humiliation ritual for the single person, because they're sitting here thinking, well, dang, you know, I wish I had that. Like, you know, I'm glad for him that he found a good woman or whatever, but like, you know, at the same time, they're like, dang, I wish I had that, because that's what they think. And, you know, another thing, like, you know, when you go out in public, now, I'm pretty sure, like, you know, if you're a single man and you're lonely for a woman, like, you're going to know exactly what I'm talking about when I say this. It sucks for us single men. I mean, I'm glad I'm not single, but I know I've been there, bro. Like, that's why I'm talking about this, because I've been there, man. You know, but one of the things that really sucks is, you know, when you're single, bro, you know, this is for men and women, bro. I've heard countless women talk about how this affects them negatively. I've heard countless men talk about how this affects them negatively, right? So, one of the hardest things to do when going out in public, bro, is literally going into a place and seeing that, like, these men and women holding hands and stuff, right? Like, that is brutal, bro. That right there is extreme brutalness, bro. Like, that is a humiliation ritual in and of its finest. Because, you know, when they see you, they know you're single. And it's like, you know, they'll kiss in front of you because they noticed it. Or, I mean, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with kissing in public. I mean, I don't think there's anything wrong with that. But it's like, you know, it's almost like some of these people are doing it because they know that the other person doesn't have anybody, and they want to humiliate them. They want to be like, oh, hey, look at me, I got something you don't. You know, and it's like, it's a total humiliation ritual, dude. Like, you know, I've been there. I've been on that, on both sides of that, man. Like, and it's just, it's not really something that I would wish on anyone, bro. Like, that right there, I'm gonna tell you now, that right there is painful, man. And I'll tell you another thing that's painful, bro. Like, now I've heard other men talk about this, is oh, all my friends are getting married, but you know, I can't find somebody, they'll say. And it's like, you know, bro, I've been there too, man. Years ago, I've been there, man. And you know, from people that I once called friends or acquaintances, I should say. And it's like, you know, it's brutal, man. Like, but the thing is, man, is like, you know, as far as like the thing with the holding hands, bro, is like, it's hard to have to go through that because, you know, when you're sitting there like trying to, you know, get your stuff done, it's like, you know, you're constantly reminded, bro, like, oh, hey, you know, you're single and nobody wants you, like, you know, like, you're constantly reminded of that. Like, I mean, it's brutal, man. Like, like, I honestly would not wish that on anyone because it's so painful, man. Like, I don't even know how to, like, words have not even been invented yet to how painful that is for a person who, like, you know, wants someone and then bam, they have to see that. And it's like, you know, believe it or not, I've seen people online, it bothers them so bad that they say that it needs to be illegal for people to kiss and hold hands in public. And, you know, like, well, I think that's going way too far, obviously. I think, you know, these people, they would just get called incels, right? Like, they would just get called incels and, you know, in a very rude, mocking way to humiliate them. And yet again, they're being humiliation rituals, bro. Like, and it's like, you know, you really just can't win for losing anymore, like, because it's just, I don't know, bro, like, it's just stupid. You know, same thing like if you're at work, man. You know, a lot of, say like your coworkers or your boss or whatever, a lot of times they will do humiliation rituals on you, man. Like, you know, they'll try to embarrass you. You know, they'll be like, oh, hey, this is, you know, kind of like in school, oh, it's the class clown, you know. Bro, same thing with school and work. It's total humiliation ritual for a lot of people because, you know, like, it really, somebody is always trying to embarrass you, man. Like, it's just, it's really annoying as hell, to be honest, because it's like, you know, anymore if you've been humiliation ritual, it's like, you know, you're kind of just expecting it at this point, but like, dang, man, like, it's just, it's stupid, man. Like, if they knew we are single and lonely, it makes me wonder why can't they just help us find a soulmate instead of putting us through a humiliation ritual? I think that's the $1 million question, man. That's the $1 million question. Like, when do you hear of, like, oh, hey, you know, I know this girl that you could get to know? Like, when do you hear this stuff anymore, bro? Like, you don't, man. Like, I don't hear that. I ain't heard that crap in, like, since early 20-teens, man. Like, oh, hey, I know this girl, you know, I think you and her would hit it off. Or, oh, hey, you know, like a girl's friends, like, oh, hey, I know this guy, you know, like, I think you two would really, you know, kind of hit it off. And I mean, sure, I think, you know, some people probably do that still, but like, it's very less common, man. It's very not, it's uncommon, bro. Like, but like, yeah, you know, I remember those days, bro. Like, and even for like an access man though, bro, or like, you know, or a woman who's struggling to find a man or something, like, you know, bro, like, even then, like, these people will not try to help you, bro. Like, they won't. They'll just laugh at you, man. They'll just laugh in your face and be like, oh, hey, look at that loser, you know. And it's like, it's crazy, you know, like, but like, yeah, you know, it's like that song "Loser" from Three Doors Down, you know, rest in peace, Brad Arnold. But, like, dude, it's that song is so true, man. Like, that song is so true. But, you know, and that's the thing, you know, when they do a humiliation ritual on you, bro, they want you to crash out, bro. That's what they want you to do. They totally want you to crash out because that gives them validation. That gives them, oh, hey, look at this, I got to that loser. You know, he crashed out, or oh, she crashed out. Like, you know, it's all about seeing someone suffering, bro. That's what it boils down to. They love to see someone else suffer. And I've never understood that, bro. Like, I've never understood that me. But, like, hang on, give me 1 minute. Okay, I just realized that my game wasn't even in my headphones. Like, I literally just realized that. I don't know how I did not realize that before, but sorry if it was echoing. But like, yeah, as I was saying, it's brutal, man. Like, I don't wish it on anyone. And you know, because, and you know, and another thing too is like, you know, like, now you've noticed this in school, right? You know what I'm about to say, or really honestly anywhere. So they shouldn't be this way. No, it shouldn't be this way. So say you're like in school and you get into a fight, right? Like, you know, in high school or something, you get into a fight with somebody, you know, you get into a fight, say you're like, you know, say you could be like poor, or you're an access man, or, you know, or just a woman that nobody likes or something, like, you know, you don't have any friends or nothing or something, like, you know, you're just kind of a loner, I guess, but like, okay, so if someone starts picking on you, bro, like, and they like start a fight with you, and then you snap and you fight back, bro, people will literally look at you like you're the monster. They will literally look at you like you're the crazy one. It's like, you know, how could you do that? Like, how could you try to fight him like that, or how could you try to fight her? And it's like, you know, bro, they started it, and it goes to show that right there is a humiliation ritual, because even though you stood up for yourself, they don't like that, bro. They don't like that, so they have to resort to humiliation ritual you and try to gaslight you somehow into thinking you did wrong by standing up for yourself, man. Like, dude, I've seen this happen multiple times in my life, bunches of times, man. Like I told the story about in one of my story time videos about these two girls that were fighting, pulling hair in the cafeteria back when I was in school, you know, from where I'm from, right? And that, you know, that right there, that girl, like, it happened to her, bro. Like, not the prep, but the other one. It happened to the other one. She, you know, she got how could you do that, you know? When the other chick started it, bro. It's just, it's brutal, man, but, it's not gonna stop, but yeah, anyway, but like, yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna talk about everything in this video. Like I said, I'm actually gonna end this one here, but I will talk about this again sometime. Yeah, because I was gonna do a short stream tonight, but yeah, like, you know, if you've been humiliation ritualed, you know, like, let me know about it if you want to talk about it. Like, I wouldn't mind talking about it. You know, like, because it's rough. You know, everybody needs someone to talk to about it, I reckon. So, but yeah, anyway, I'm gonna end this one here. If you, like I said, if you like the type of content I create, the topics, the gaming videos, the shorts, all that stuff, then consider subscribing and clicking the bell notification so that you don't miss a video, all that stuff, or not. I don't know. This video probably sucks, I guess. I don't know. Yeah, anyway, I hope everybody has like a good week coming up, and all of that, right? So, but yeah, I will definitely DM you. It doesn't suck. I mean, I guess at least someone takes it that doesn't. Yeah, so hope this has been kind of eye-opening a little bit. Like I said, I'm gonna do another part to this. I don't know when, but the next one I do will be longer. So, but yeah, coming up. By the way, before I do in this, coming up, I will be doing some like gaming and streaming, talking. Somebody wants to talk or something on stream, but yeah, it can be educational to those who view your video. I mean, yeah, if they want to listen and they want to take the time to see the truth, yeah, sure. But that's kind of why I talk about this stuff. But anyway, yeah, so I'm going to end this one here. So God bless you all, and stay safe out there. You know, there's traitors, there's all kinds of narcissists just lurking, bro. Like they're lurking like roaches, man. They don't stop, bro. They don't. But anyway, yeah, peace.